Hello everyone, my name is Amber and welcome to my channel. It's getting close to tax season. We're in the month of March and next month, taxes are due, so I've got a story for you. So this was probably 5-6 years ago and I procrastinated. I procrastinated on doing my taxes. So I did them with TurboTax and I did them on April 13th. But I got them done. And I was like, yeah, I got them done. And then the next day, usually the IRS will send an email back saying that they approved the taxes. So I got an email back and it said the IRS has denied your taxes because your 3 kids' social security numbers have been used on someone else's tax return. So now I'm panicking. What? Someone stole my kid's identity? So I called work and I was like, I'm not coming in. I got to deal with this. So, of course, now it's the day before taxes are due. And again, and I called the IRS. Of course, you're on hold for a very, very long time. And finally I get through to someone and I explain what happened. And they basically said, oh well, you'll just have to mail your taxes in. And I was like, excuse me, what? They're like, yep, just mail them in, no big deal. At the end of the year, we'll do a reconciliation and we'll mail a letter out to you and we'll mail out a letter to the other person that used your kid's number and we'll tell them whoever is wrong needs to send an amendment. I was like, I don't think you understand. It's not like it's one kid and somebody just accidentally put a wrong number in. It's all 3 of my kids. And they're like, yeah, no big deal, whatever. I was like, can't you just look up and see who did it and call the police? No, we'll do it at the end of the year. We'll send out a letter. So I got nowhere with the IRS. So then I was worried, and so I went down to the Social Security office, stood in line forever, got up there and explained my situation, and they said, no, we don't do anything like that here. You need to call the number on the back of their cards. So then I drove home, and I called the number on the back of the cards, again, on hold forever. Finally got through to someone, explained, and they said, well, what we can do is we'll put a note on each one of them, so they have a record that says somebody used their social security number, and they're like, no big deal. When they turn 18, they're trying to get a credit card, or they're trying to get their first loan, it might be hard for them. It might be a struggle, but don't worry, you just come back and prove that, somebody used their number, and it might take a while, but it'll be okay. I'm like, no, I don't want it to take a while when they turn 18. I want to fix things now. And of course, they're like, no, sorry, we'll just put it on the record. So, got nowhere with that. So then I got the idea of, hey, maybe I can check their credit. They have those free credit checks that you can look at your score. And I thought, well, I can go on there, look up their numbers, and see if someone is getting loans or getting stuff out in their numbers. So I tried that. And guess what? That didn't work. It denied it because it said, they are minor. And we don't do that. So I think I ended up calling one of them, and they basically said the only way to do it is you got to go through LifeLock. You got to pay a monthly fee, and you have to send in copies of, the birth certificate, the social security. And I was like, no, I'm not sending any of that in the mail. Do they not understand? I'm already struggling with people stealing their identity. I don't need this in the mail and other people stealing it. And I was like, I'm poor. I can't afford a monthly thing just so I can pull what the numbers are. So I got nowhere with that. So the next thing I did was call the police. So they came to the house, I explained my situation, and they basically said, sorry, there's nothing we can do. I was like, what? I was like, it's simple. You call the IRS, you find out who it is, and you arrest them. And they're like, well, probably by this time, those people are already in Mexico or out of the country. So no, probably nothing we can do. And they're like, and we're short-staffed. We've got so many cases of this kind of fraud. We don't have enough staff. So they told me, well, if you find out any information, you just let us know. I'm like, I'm getting nowhere. So their advice to me was, do your taxes early and beat the people who steal the number. So ever since that happened, every year I do my taxes. I try to do them right away, and I have not had a problem since. So that is my tip of the day, is do your taxes early. Beat those people who are going to steal the number. So beat them. Use your own number first so they can't use it. So that is my tip. So sit back, relax, have a laugh, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So we are now moving on to foundation. and concealer, which I'm very excited about because I am very pale. I also have a condition called vitiligo, which if you can kind of see, I got white around my eyes. I also have it around my lips. So I love putting on the foundation and the concealer to make my skin all one tone. Because I am so pale, I struggle greatly to find the right shade to match my skin. Now, a lot of times you might find the right color, but then it oxidizes and turns orange. And I do not like it when my kids come and tell me, Mom, you look like an Oompa Oompa, or Mom, you look orange today. I don't want that. I don't want to look orange. So I struggled greatly to find the right foundation that would look good on my skin until I came across the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. When I found this stuff was amazing. It finally matched my skin color. It did not turn orange. It was amazing. So this product has a dropper. So I like to get one dropper full and I put it on the back of my hand. Now this stuff is runny. So if I tilt my hand, it's gonna run. So be very careful that you don't turn your hand. Otherwise you will be getting it all over your clothing. I also use it with a brush. This is the Ultimate Blending Brush by e.l.f. So I usually dip my middle finger in and I start on my forehead. Now this product sinks into your skin fast. So I suggest not to dot it all over your face, but to work in sections at a time and to move quickly. So there it's on my forehead. You can tell it matches pretty closely. Looks pretty good. Looks very skin-like. So as you see, it's running fast down my hand. So you got to be very careful. So now I'm going to move on to my cheek again. I plop it on and I move fast. I kind of go all around my cheek, kind of up my nose. I move up by my hairline. And now I'm going to go over to the other side. And again, this stuff sinks in quickly. It's not going to settle in your lines. Now, if you put a lot on, of course it will. Anyone that has lines, it's going to settle. But it is the best one that I have found so far that does not. So then I move my nose again. I'm moving quickly. Then I'm going to go between my eyebrows. So a lot of it is blending, scraping it across your skin. Once I cover everything, now I'm going to pat. So we're going to push it into the skin. So I'm going to go all around the face. And again, I'm moving quickly. So the other tip and trick is don't stop at your face. You want to go down your neck. So we're going to take the remainder on my hand and rub it down my neck. Now I usually take my hand and kind of scrape the rest that's on there and wipe it all off. So then we're going to blend and get it all down. So the only downfall about putting it on your neck is it may get on your clothing. So if you're wearing a light colored shirt or a shirt that's, way up here, it may rub off onto your shirt. My winter coat is covered along the edges with makeup. So it will get on there. But the benefit is your face and your neck will match. So when Alexis was in 4th grade, she did Girls on the Run. And she had a big run at the end. I can't remember if it was a 3K or 5K. But I was her buddy and I ran with her. Now, of course, because I love makeup, even though we're running and we're sweating, I still wore that full face of makeup and I look good. But there was another lady there that also was wearing some makeup, but she did not blend it down her face to her neck. So she had that nice orange face mask on. So you could clearly see the line. And when she was talking, I couldn't help but staring. I just kept staring at it and I was like, oh, I really want to say something like blend it down your neck. But I couldn't. So just advice to you. Again, it might get a little bit on your clothing, but it's not going to look awful of having that line where you see the line or your face does not match your neck. So now we're going to move on to concealer. So we're sticking with Catrice. This is the Liquid Camouflage High Coverage, and it says it lasts for 12 hours. Now, it states that It's high coverage, it's long lasting, and it can cover tattoos. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm gonna say it's more kind of medium coverage. At times when I have purple under my eyes, it still pops through. So if purple is popping through, I'm gonna say that this does not cover tattoos. But I love this concealer for the fact that my lines, again, I'm gonna be 40 in May. I got a lot of lines, and it doesn't look so good when your concealer settles in the lines, and then now it makes your lines look even worse. So this is the product that I found that does the best at not settling in the lines. It sinks in just like the foundation does, and again, it looks very like your skin. We are going to put the concealer on. This is what the wand looks like, and we're just gonna do one dab and a dab there. Again, we're gonna take our ring finger, and we are now going to dab it out. So we're going to start in moving the product out. Again, you probably want most of the product here because this is the biggest spot where you're gonna have the color, and you want that to be covered. And again, you got more lines out here. So we're just gonna kind of move the product around. We're gonna move it down. I usually move it down to the end of my nose and kind of do that triangle. So we're gonna move quickly, and we're gonna tap it out. Again, tap, 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 and keep on moving. And that is what the one side looks like. Okay, so this is what both sides look like. Again, I think it looks pretty good. It covers up. Again, some days when we got the deep purple, it does poke through. But I think it does amazing, and it definitely blends out well. Now, once you do your concealer and you have your foundation on, I always like to do some powder to try and seal that in. So the powder we're going to use today is the Coty Airspun. Now, I actually have had a love-hate relationship with this powder. So when I put this powder on, it definitely fills in pores. It definitely makes your skin look smooth. But the problem is, if you go too heavy, by the end of the day, you look like a cakey mess. So I finally realized, go thin. So when you go thin on this product, it is amazing. So this is what the product looks like. It does have a smell to it. It does kind of have like a old lady flowery scent, so not quite the best, but it is translucent. And so I'm using this brush. I believe this is an e.l.f. brush that broke, but it still does the job. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dip in. So originally I would kind of tap like that, and I'd be like, okay, and I'd use that amount of powder. No, way too much. So we're gonna tap, 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 tap. Now you see all that powder flying off. So a lot of times my husband will come in while I'm doing this, and he feels like he's choking. You know, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. But it does fly off quite a bit. So I get it to a point that's still quite a bit. So then I'm gonna pounce it on my hand, get all that extra. So we want it very, very light. Very, very light. So again, we're gonna try to get it as light as possible. So now I'm gonna do half my face. So I'm gonna start on my cheek, kind of brush it around, and do my chin, do my nose, and come up at the top. So now we're gonna do it again. And I'll try to not put so much on so that you gotta knock it all off. But again, we're gonna tap, let it fly around, breathe that wonderful powder in, and then we're gonna tap some more on our hand. So now we're going to do the other side of our face. And then the other thing is we're going to go down our neck. Again, this will help seal it in a bit. It will help it so it doesn't quite rub off so bad on our clothing, but it still will. So we're just going to rub it all around. And now we are done. Okay, so now we've got our foundation on, we got our concealer, we got our powder. Everything looks one-toned. It covered up any discoloration. It made my skin look somewhat better where you don't see the white below my eye and around my lips. I'll try to move in closely. You can kind of still see, you know, my skin isn't smooth like a baby's butt, but again, it's very skin-like. It's not It's not too cakey. And I think it looks great. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching it, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. So the next video is going to be bronzer, blush, and highlight. So if you want to see that, I would love for you to come and join me. And as always, have a blessed day. Thanks for watching. Remember, Jesus loves you, and we'll see you next time. Bye.